welcome to the Wood-Be Carpenter Shop. My name's Donald. I know it's been a while since I've been on. I've been really busy and I apologize. I try to put everything that I am doing that's a little bit different instead of the same old thing like fixing a drawer in the bathroom or something like that. So I have some other projects coming up that should be interesting. But today we're going to be working on this this end table. It's the late 19th century, and this style kind of represents a 19th century kind of a French Empire or Napoleon III style. And it is just really loose. The legs are just about done coming off. And some of the ormolu or little decoration here, this brass, some of it's coming off as well. So I'm just going to we're going to flip it over and I'll show you. Yeah, you can see it's broke pretty good right here. Let me get the camera and I'll give it the once around. Well, you can see right here, this is really rough in there. Some of this stuff is put in with different nails that don't go to it. They're all mostly sticking out. Okay, this little guy's coming off. Nope, it's not a bat, it's an eagle. And some of this here is coming real loose here too. Alrighty. So I'll just give you an idea of what we're going to be doing. Okay. And then there's some nice sized cracks down here. I put a little bit of epoxy in there, epoxy putty, to kind of fill it in, to hold it, to see if it was going to work. But we'll go around and we're just going to basically just tighten up the bottom of this table. Get these things fixed and tightened up so these people can enjoy the table. All right, well, let's get started. Okay. Just a couple of nails. That's a heavy piece of brass. Oh, nations. Ugh, man, that's a chunk of metal there. That's got to weigh like 5 pounds. That's where the weight of the table comes from. That one's already off, all right. Okay. Okay. I don't want to put any dents on it that I can't fix. Okay. Well, it's been around here to this first one. Must be one in here because it's pivoting right here. Okay. Okay. This is just tendon and mortised. Yeah, there's that one right there. I can see it in there. Okay. That did it. Yeah, got some gluing to do. This other side too. Well, gently. I'm just pulling all the nails and such out. That way I can get it clean again. can see where somebody has kind of put putty in there or something to bring it back together. And this too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean that all up again. Yeah, it's gonna look nice. That's gonna look real nice. I'll get it back together. Fix all the cracks up. I'm just filling that crack up down good, real good with glue. Put a clamp on one side, a clamp over here. Hold it. And that way it closes that up pretty good. And again here, I'm just gonna clean up all my excess glue. Looks nice on the inside, so I'm gonna set this piece, I'm gonna set it aside to dry. And then before we're done, we'll end up taking this piece and replacing the nails in it. They just look terrible, they're sticking out. Turn it around so you can see it. Coming off of this side. Just trying to ease this out. Just walking it out off the tip, the back and the tip of this. Okay. Busted it pretty good. It needs a little bit of a cleaning. I don't know what that glue is. It's almost like a porcelain. It's weird. Just want to clean a little bit of away because it's actually working as a good solid edge of filler. Let me see what we got there in the way. So it's not going all the way closed. Yes, it is. It is going all the way closed. So we're just going to take, okay, we'll put a little bit of a rag down here below, and we're going to fill that up. Okay. Okay. So I'll make sure this side is actually coming together here. So I'll make sure it's touching this side. Okay. Okay. I'll have to fill this with epoxy putty and color it up, make it look nice again. Okay. That's for that. We'll twist this here. Got this one here. Same thing. You can see right here where they got the nail in this one. Well, I got this one. All kinds of, turn it around. See the mess they got here. Okay. That's actually pretty tight, but that side right here isn't, is it? Well, it is. Lord. So what I'm gonna have to do, it's nice and solid. I hate to re-break it just to get it in there. I may just put a wood wedge in there and clean it up and fix it like that. That's all we can do with it right now until tomorrow. All right, we got that piece to glue in. This right here is the one that I couldn't This is very, very solid. I couldn't get it to budge. You can see where it ain't touching in here, but as long as it's solid, I guess. This is the one we're working on now. This was open like this one, but we got it all fixed up now. Hello and welcome back. All right, we done let that dry overnight, and it attached really well. Now, I noticed one thing down below. It's off of this. The eagles are in there really good with look like 8-penny nails. I'm not going to mess with any of that right now. I may just take and fill it with epoxy putty or a piece of wood and stain it and just hide that to where it looks natural again. I want to take and redo these nails because it looks terrible. The way these little brass pieces, the ermelu looks on there. So, ain't that cute? Look at a little tiny bird on there, son. Yeah, doggy. All right, well, enough messing around there. This one dried up too, and it's got a, the glue that they used inside of it is almost like a ceramic. It is the strangest glue I've run into in a while. I've run into some weird things that people put stuff together with, but for this to go on here right and close, you know, it fits out here, which you can see the gap, which is, that's what that one's like. So I'm gonna take and trim this and try to trim a little bit of this inside. It's kind of hard to see, but I'll trim a little bit of that as well, and then we'll re-put that on. You can see the other side I'm going to have to fill as well because there's a huge crack right here. That piece was missing already. But for right now, let's get this one done. We'll take a flathead screwdriver, and I'm going to break some of the ceramic. Wow. It does. That's like glass. That's the weirdest thing I ever seen. Well, ain't the weirdest thing I ever seen. But, you know what I mean. All right, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work on this piece right here. And it's mostly just gonna take just a nibble off this edge. Okay, and I'm gonna round these corners because the corners on the actual leg are, it's rounded. They did it with a machine. Let's see, it's rounded there. Oh, tarnations, man, that looks good. Who's doing this? All right, it's me. Just messing. All right, so let's get that on there. Yeah, that's gonna be right nice. Okay. I'm gonna take and slather it with a little bit of white glue. Okay, I'm gonna put a little glue in here. Put a little glue right there. Put a little glue right there, and a little glue right there. I'm just taking and smooshing it around on the inside so that it's everywhere. Oh yeah. Love that glue. Alrighty. Shut my mouth here. What the heck is going on? Oh. It always helps when you just putting it on right. It does help when you do it right. I promise. That was funny. Okay. Well, it's always good too when you got a rag handy. Okay, let's see what we got here. Now, I was thinking about pinning this, you know, with just a pinning gun, you know, not the regular pneumatic nailer, but I'm going to squeeze it right here, squeeze it so that it stays up tight. Get it all the way up here. Okay, and then I'll squeeze this. I know if I put pressure on that, it's going to dry right like that. Yeah. Maybe I won't need it. Sometimes maybe on a reproduction piece, like this, I may use that pin, and it's only 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. They're like needles. I mean, really fine needles. I would use those to hold something in place. I don't think it's necessary right now. Well, basically, I got to wait for that to dry, and then I'm going to come back and fill this with epoxy putty. I think I'm going to use epoxy putty because it'll bind these two together and bond it really good. And yeah. And then when this dries tomorrow, then we'll finish this up. I'll put the pieces on here. I may actually drill these. Yeah, I may actually drill this out a little bit and use some larger pins for this. I may even use brass brads, you know, with the little head on it, so it looks nice. And yeah, we'll do something like that. Alrighty, well, I'm using Quickwood from JB Weld, and I'm just gonna be pressing it in these cracks because it's gonna take a little bit. Normally I would wear gloves with this, and I probably would suggest wearing gloves. It says to in the instructions. It's gonna take quite a bit of this. So I just wanna take and press it and feel, kind of going as deep as I can. I have a little bit of water on hand so that once this gets in there, and it only works with the JB Weld, the Mohawk product, you have to wait a while, but if you use a little bit of water when you first put this on, it shapes it really, it allows you to shape it really well. And it makes it workable because it does get a little flaky when it's dry. Okay, with this side, we'll fill this. I'm gonna have to do this on every side. There's a lot of filling to be done, but it's gonna make it look really good too. So pick that product up on Amazon or any big box store. Okay. Well, this side is perfect. Now we're gonna go down around the corner here and get this side. Okay. I can wet that down. This is that crack there, just tiny beads and stuffed full. Okay, and one more side right here. This is not too bad, but this is the worst of it right here. Okay. I want to press it in as far as I can get it, because this, when there's rough areas on the inside, it'll attach itself, and it really does grip pretty good. Okay, that's gonna be nice. It's gonna be real nice. Now I know it's kind of rounded in them corners, but when I sand it, I'll sand it and put a nice corner on each one before I color it, and it'll make it look like a real sharp corner piece of wood. Make it look right nice. It will. And on these, I'm just gonna go over this pretty good. It gets stains, small scratches, and things like that. Again, like I have with other things that I've done on the show, you'll see it just turns clear and everything looks nice. I'm not getting close to the epoxy putty yet. I still have to hunt me down some proper hardware for putting these brass pieces back on. Yeah, I may wait and sand this until this hardens up so I don't mess anything up. But just to give you an idea, this will be like that. All I'm doing is like just taking the finish off and cleaning up the scratches. When I'm done, when I put the finish back on, it just looks like brand new again. This is just water I'm wiping on it, but give you an idea. When it wipes off clean, it'll be nice again. Even with sounds, it makes sounds too. Okay. And then in here, we're just waiting another day. All right. Okay, so I just found out my camera wasn't working. Now I have to kind of go through this quickly now. I have taken the part that I filled, sanded it to the shape I needed it, and now I took and sanded everything with 60 grit. The finish was so dry it almost just crumbled off. It was just like powder, so I went ahead and hit it pretty good with 60 just on the legs. And now I'm going over it with mahogany stain. What I'm doing is just wiping everything down really good with mahogany stain. It's hard to see right there, so I apologize. And then I'll show you what it looks like afterward. Now you didn't get to see when I put the brass feet back on. I couldn't find any brass brads or anything brass and shiny to put them back on with that were long enough and strong enough. I had to use just regular silver finish nail to put back in, so that plan didn't work out as well, but they're not coming off. Now I'm going to wipe it down. I'll show you what it looks like. All right. I gave it a quick sanding with some 60 and a little bit rougher over here because of I'm not really supposed to be doing the top, but I just wanted to do a little something to make it look a little clear and just better than it was looking. So I'm going to put a little bit of natural stain, a nice oil down in this to get it nice and deep and bring out some of the natural colors of this marquetry. All right. I'm just using a natural stain. I just wanted to kind of show you what it's going to look like a little bit. Looking pretty good there, huh? Get it down in there, but you can see the difference right there, see? Looks right nice. Okay, I'm going to finish it up and show you what it looks like afterward. That was around here. Might as well show you the whole thing, huh? Oh yeah, that looking sweet. Okay. Well, I think that looks a whole lot better. Okay. A little quick once over at the top. And bring it down and show you. I got a little bit of work to do underneath the top over that eagle's head. You kind of see that spot there. It doesn't have a finish on it yet. I'm going to give it a finish. That's what she looks like. Looks really nice. Right. Now I had to go back after I was all done and darken up the cracks on the top around the edge. they just weren't dark enough and they just kind of stood out. So I did darken those up and put a better finish on that edging, and it looked really good. Okay. Top looks much, much better. Coming down on it. You can see the legs look much better. There's a couple places I need to touch up where the crack was with the putty. Right now I'm just putting the Ermaloo back on. Little birds and such. Get this one set up. I'll show you. Okay, that's much better.